Shalom, I am Rabbi Wolk, the community chaplain with Jewish Family Service. I hope this finds you and your families well and healthy as we come toward the end of a very difficult year for all of us on many different levels. Very important, as I emphasized actually in my message last month, to be optimistic, to be hopeful. If you haven't yet done it, I encourage everyone to make arrangements as much as possible to receive the vaccinations. Thank God we can take that step to protect our health and the health of those around us whom we love and cherish. When you see this video, it'll be a few days after we read in the weekly Torah cycle the Aseret HaDibrot, the 10 Commandments. The Israelites, 7 weeks after leaving Egypt, the Exodus representing our physical freedom, we arrive at Mount Sinai to hear the 10 Commandments, to receive the Torah. That represents the spiritual freedom of the Jewish people. And to this day, wherever there is still ethics and morality in the world, we know the foundation is the 10 Commandments. Just want to share with you one idea. If you visualize for a moment the tablets of the 10 Commandments, very likely they're in your synagogue, in your congregation. If you're not able to see them in person, hopefully you can see them on Zoom, but certainly we can all get a visual image of the two tablets of the 10 Commandments and imagine them side by side. And the rabbis explain that the commandments that line up one next to the other have a connection. The first of the 10 Commandments is, I am the Lord your God, who took you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. One of the famous commentators, Rabbi Yehuda Halevi, asks a question, really a famous question: why does God identify himself in that way? I took you out of Egypt. Why doesn't God say, I am the Lord your God who created heaven and earth? Certainly, if God is giving us his business card, so to speak, much more impressive to say I created the universe than to say I took you out of Egypt. Well, the answer he gives is those people standing at Mount Sinai, and in fact all of us, we didn't experience creation. We were not there when the world was created. But the people standing at Mount Sinai, they did experience the Exodus. For them, it was personal. For us, when we reenact the experience in Egypt at the Passover Seder, we make it a personal experience in what we eat and drink and recite in the Haggadah. So this was God's way of saying, I am a personal God to you. And each individual, each person has a one-to-one relationship with God. To put it into Buberian terms, it's an I-thou relationship we have with the Almighty. So the people couldn't relate to creation. They weren't there, but they did experience the Exodus but 7 weeks before. So that first commandment, I am the Lord your God, lines up with the sixth commandment, Lo tirtzach, thou shalt not murder. And the connection is, if God forbids someone murders, what they're saying is, I do not believe that you have the divine spark within you. It's not only taking a human life, it's denying the existence of God. It's the murderer saying, I do not believe you are of any value. There's nothing of the divinity within you. And in Judaism, one of our foundation beliefs is each human being is created b'tselem Elohim, in the spiritual image of God. God is spiritual. We are spiritual. We are individuals that have a soul, and every person's soul is unique. One of the important concepts that we emphasize at Jewish Family Service, and this concept is put into action, is that we value every person. Every person who comes through our doors is valuable as a unique individual. In a large society as ours, sometimes the individual can get lost. Sometimes, especially with the COVID, sometimes an individual can feel alone and feel lonely. Much of what occurs in our society can often dehumanize a person. Uh, we're not who we are. We are our email addresses, we are a PIN number, a social security number, an ID number. Well, none of those things define who we are. And the Torah, our rich tradition, places a great importance on the singularity of every human being. Every person is to be cherished. The clients that we work with in Jewish Family Service, every aspect of our agency emphasizes this idea and puts it into concrete terms. So we value one another, we value each other, and even more so during these difficult times, we should make it our responsibility to reach out to others. Shalom, and thank you for your attention.